back to back. I'm in Ireland today. We're on an amazing test road and we're doing something a little different. What are we here for, Ken? Today's episode is about a back-to-back test between my Escort RS Cossie that we're getting ready for the Donegal Rally and this amazing brand new Ford Fiesta R5 from M Sport. We have a very beautiful test road over here in the hills outside of Donegal. It's about 4K long. It's a turnaround type stage. So we are going to put both these cars on that stage flat out and see a comparison back to back of just how quick they are and how quick they are against each other. So obviously we have the Ford Escort Cossie here that we've done, I don't know, 7 or 8 stages now on gravel. And now we're here for this tarmac rally here in Ireland. And we have about 100 miles on it so far from the 2 gravel rallies that we've done in America and New Zealand. This is the first time having it on tarmac. 100 miles is nothing because this car, M Sport, has already put about 4,000 miles on of testing to get it ready for sale to everyone around the world that wants to buy it to race. So you can race this car in national championships. This is a great car to go from racing in 2-wheel drive classes to then jump up to the top level of national championship racing. But also you can race in the WRC2, which is the step just below the top level in the World Rally Championship. So amazing car that M Sport has built and we get to play with it today. So for those of you that don't know what M Sport is, M Sport's been building the WRC cars under the Ford name for, I don't know, decades. So it's owned by Malcolm Wilson over in England. They are based up in the north in Cumbria. I worked with them for many years. That's who I raced the WRC with, and they built the Ford Focus RS RX that I raced in the World Rallycross Championship. So we get to back this 25-year-old WRC car, Ford Escort Cossie, modernized a bit, but still 25-year-old engine versus brand new Fiesta R5 WRC2 car. This is gonna be awesome. So Alex is about ready to get in M Sport's Ford Fiesta R5, take some runs with Ken. What do you think this thing will do time-wise?
I expect it to be between 0.7 of a second and a second faster than the Cossie V2. So let's see what happens. It's a fast bit of road, so there isn't much room to make time. But this car braking is incredible, and the handling obviously is quite modern. You know, especially compared to the Cossie V2. So I'm looking forward to trying now.
So Ken and Alex have just finished their session in the Ford Fiesta M Sport R5.
I drove it a little bit yesterday to get familiar with it, but today it's much quicker road. Change in direction is so quick, so much quicker than my Escort. So definitely taking me a bit to get used to, but the braking is, you can feel that there's the whole chassis, everything is working so much better under braking and initial turn in. It took me a bit to just get used to like how quick I can change direction with it. It's very, very sensitive.
Alex, initial reactions now after taking a few runs in this car?
Yeah, it's a very smooth and very fast car. It's quite impressive with the chassis technology, and it's just overall, you know, gearbox, engine is a fantastic package, and makes you realize how great this package is for national championship events, you know, and gentleman drivers, you know, up and coming drivers that want to step up from the Fiesta R2 into this.
Obviously the Escort's much older. You get in this thing, it's much more spacious, all new stuff, and you could just hear the drivetrain. Everything is all put together, you know, in a very, very modern and beautiful way. And you just hear it, like the sound inside is totally different. Makes the Escort feel a bit agricultural, like a piece of farm equipment. It's quite good, but this just is, it's so nice inside.
The Escort, not to say that it's older, it's older. It sounds a little older. It's got more of that 90s, sort of that throaty, torquey sound compared to this car, which is, when you get off gas, especially in the R5, it's insane. The anti-lag and the sounds it makes, a lot more high pitch.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, you're comparing a 1.6 liter engine to a 2 liter engine. So just the engine sound and the torque that they build and the deepness of the growl compared to a higher pitch sound from this engine, it's totally different. And they drive totally different too.
All right, well, it's still raining. Conditions will be pretty consistent. Are you gonna go take a rip in the Escort now?
Yeah.
So Ken and Alex are going out for a little bit of wet back-to-back running in the Escort Cosworth, really comparing stage times and conditions to this brand new R5 Ford Fiesta. With me here I have Rich. Hi Rich.
Hey, how we doing?
And Bernardo. So Rich is team principal for M Sport World Rally Team, and Bernardo is chief engineer for the R5 project, the car just behind us here. What makes this car different from a full-on WRC car?
R5 category was designed by the FIA about 5 years ago. It's become really popular now, and the idea was to build a rally car that was a stepping stone into the World Championship and national rallies around the world. So this R5 is effectively based on a production car, but then modified into the rally car we have behind us, and it's the top level car in a lot of championships, and it's a really affordable and controlled way to get into rallying because the FIA control the costs. They cost cap a lot of the parts, so you can't spend hundreds of thousands of pounds like we do on a world rally car, and that makes it a lot easier to plan your budgets and work at ways of competing at rallies all around the world.
Yeah, so as an example, at least for us stateside in America, we've certainly got a few R5s competing. That's still a top level car for a national championship like we have in America. No WRC cars over there, definitely lots of R5s.
The other point of R5 was to have this car consistent around the world. So if you wanted to show yourself in one or two different championships, you would only have to do the skill of you as a driver, not necessarily the car, because you could jump the same car all over the world in some recognised format. So that's been another great thing. And I think there's around 800 R5 cars competing from different manufacturers all over the world. And our car has just been released now, and hopefully we'll sell a good number of cars to a lot of our customers and try to beat our record of 285 of the old car.
285, that's incredible. So this is a second generation. This is a new body style Ford Fiesta, which we actually don't see in America. So this is a European car, and you guys sold 285 of the old style car, and that car would have looked very similar to like the RX-43 that even Ken has.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little different, but it would have been that similar body style.
Exactly. So with technical regs of R5, we don't have quite the freedom we have with the WRC car, but you'll see features on this that you'll see on the World Rally car, and they're brought down to this car for a reason, because they work quite well on the World Rally car, but we just have to modify slightly to fit within the technical regulations and obviously the costs. So in World Rally car you can have exotic materials which you can't have in R5, and again it's all cost driven, so you have to control it a little bit.
And speaking of cost, if I was to just get this car without any options, where does that pricing start at?
So you're looking around £190,000 probably for a car like this, built ready to go, and then you would have your spares and things on top of that. It sounds expensive, but it's a very affordable price for the car we're talking about to operate in and compete in at top level championships around the world. Whereas you go WRC, you're probably looking around 4 or 5 times more expensive. So you can see the cost savings you got straight away.
You know, it's a bit different looking than the WRC car, right? But I mean, for a lot of people, they don't really know the difference.
It's still fast.
It's still
That's
fast.
the main thing. So I think you can really do some great times in here, and like we've said, you know, a lot of these concepts and technical things inside the car are based on the World Rally car, and it allows you to race on all the championships, on all the different surfaces, and it's really a competitive package that looks good, looks cool, looks like a proper rally car, and that's what people want to see. And really enjoy themselves, even though it isn't that top level World Rally car. You know, in the last WRC event, R5 cars in some stages were less than a second a kilometre slower, which just shows how fast this car really is, and how in some ways the World Rally car is obviously a step on, but it can be quite a small step. So the R5 is fantastic, an all-round rally car.
So for anybody interested, R2 is really the entry-level two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive car. R5 sort of mid-level, and then eventually full-on WRC car would be top level.
Exactly, and you know, WRC car is available for private customers to use around the world, but there's not so many championships allow you to use it, and also it's you know, it's the top level. It's like running a Formula 1 car almost. So you have to find some intermediate ground where the R5 is the best, and it's the next stepping stone on this ladder from R2 up to R5, and then eventually the small number of people that go to compete in WRC nearly always come from R5. So this is a category where you really need to prove yourself, and if you can do it there, then you've got a good career ahead of you as a rally driver.
So driving's complete for today. How was it, gentlemen?
Amazing. Pretty incredible to have a day like today. Beautiful Irish road, intermittent weather, and have two cars like this to be able to back to back drive flat out on a road like this and be able to really compare 90s WRC car versus current second tier WRC level Ford Fiesta R5. So Alex, what did the times? What did we end up with time?
Fastest time for the Cossie V2 is 1:59.4.
So that's a minute 59.4 going out.
Going in.
Going in, yeah.
And 1:55.4 for the Fiesta R5, which puts her second per kilometer faster than the Escort Cossie.
So 4 seconds.
4
on
kilometers.
that short stage, 4 kilometers, so a second per kilometer difference between the Cossie and this car being faster. And same coming back out roughly?
Roughly the same, and also about 7 kilometers per hour difference on the top speed on the longest straight.
So this car 7 kilometers faster?
Yes.
What was the top speed?
For this car is 186.
186.
And ours was 179 kph. Yeah.
Okay, so a little over 100 miles an hour.
And when you say top speed, that's top of 6th gear in both cars. Rev limiter.
Yeah.
That's moving.
5th gear for this one.
5th gear, sorry, yeah.
And 6th gear for the Cossie.
thank you, Rich.
Thank you very much.
So tell Malcolm thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nice of him to let me borrow this for a couple hours. But it really proves modern equipment, how much quicker it can be, and that's what's me only doing a little bit of time in it. I obviously have more time in the Cossie, so I'm a little more familiar with it. But jumping in this car, you definitely felt how twitchy it was, how capable it was. And a second per K is a pretty good amount. That car is pretty well sorted, but so much more testing in this car. But I wasn't actually able to drive it at its limits. And this is someone else's very nice car. And so, you know, but I think we were able to compare them pretty well on similar conditions, same stage. So I think in general the second per K is pretty accurate. And also knowing that the top speed was totally different because my foot to the floor in the straightaways, you know, the same. I think it was a really good back-to-back experiment, so thank you very much.
No problem. I think that shows the R5 is a great car for people to jump in and have a go at, and I think that's what the championship needs some ways to allow people to experience and get used to running these type of cars straight away, whereas your car is a lot more hands-on, I think is probably the best way to put it.
A lot more work, a lot harder to find parts. These are parts that, you know, a national level driver or someone racing in WRC2 obviously able to get the parts from M Sport quite easily, so the package is quite good and quite easy to maintain and run throughout a year. So, yeah, great work. That was a lot of fun.
I'm just glad it's faster. Otherwise we've got
Otherwise it would be a problem. And the thing about it too is it's like I jumped in, it was very simple. You know, Bernardo helped me learn the few little things I needed to know. I made like one or two little mistakes on the launch. He told me what to do right. Boom, gone. And it was easy to get in and learn very quickly. The capabilities of this car is very hard, but it's easy to get in and go quick. Now I just got to let me borrow it for a round next year.
I'll have to steal it again without Malcolm knowing for a second.
Malcolm won't see it missing. That's fine.